It was a highly emotional afternoon at the Pisara Oval today. Freshly retired Kumar Sangakkara broke down during the presentation ceremony, during his farewell speech, when he spoke about his inspiration, his parents, but he also chuckled quite a bit during the same presentation ceremony when he was offered something like 25,000 special mementos, 2 for every test run that he made. The most special of the lot was when the president of Sri Lanka, Sirisena, offered him the post of Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to the UK. Now, whether he takes this up or not remains to be seen, but overall it was quite a heartfelt afternoon. The Indians stood through it all, clapping for Sangha, thrilled for him perhaps, but also extremely thrilled that they finally managed to break their test duck. They have a win now. What do you think about Virat Kohli's performance in this test, Daksh?
Very, very significant as a captain. It was his first test win in away test matches. He has captained India in 4 test matches, out of which 2 were losses and 2 were draws. So this is his first test match win. And it is also India's first away win in a long time, since Lord 2014. And only their second win in last 16 test matches.
Since the West Indies?
Since the West Indies in 2011. So it was a very, very significant win, and he achieved it in the absence of his main opener, and injury to the wicketkeeper, which is Wriddhiman Saha, yes, both of whom will not be around for the next test match. So 1-all, and I think it's game on.
Yeah, but you raised a very interesting point in overseas, but overseas is not really overseas if you think about it, right? It's in the subcontinent, and you have our spinners, especially in our Ashwin, doing extremely well. Since we toured Bangladesh, we played 3 test matches, and Ashwin has taken 22 wickets in those 3 tests, with a 5-4 in each test at least. So what do you think of Ashwin's performance? Because without him, we perhaps couldn't have won this. I know Rahul was crucial, but without Ashwin, this win wasn't happening.
See, Ashwin is the most improved bowler of our lot in the last 6-7 months. Ever since the World Cup, he has been bowling fantastically well. The loop that he gives to the ball, it dips on the batsman and then it turns significantly, and on a wicket like Pisara Oval, which also had bounce, it assisted him a lot. And how he is bowling and how significant he is to us is also clear from the fact that it is his 12th 5-wicket haul in 27 test matches. So Ashwin is bowling really well. I don't particularly agree with you on overseas victory. You have to understand this mindset that when you start accumulating loss, it becomes jinx.
Sure.
It becomes all the more difficult for a sportsman to break it.
Right.
So it might have happened a few 100 kilometers away from Chennai, yep, from Indian shores,
yep,
but it is still an overseas win, and still very significant one, because it has come on foreign soil, and India have broken a major jinx. Virat Kohli's young team has broken a major jinx, and they'll be winning a lot more test matches after this. This was the victory that they needed to start off.
This young team will now be without Murli Vijay, who's now joined Shikhar Dhawan back in India, and they'll also be without their regular wicketkeeper in Wriddhiman Saha. How do you think they'll go from here? How would you preview the 3rd test, Daksh?
It will be challenging, there is no doubt about it. But if this test match has shown us anything, this Indian team has the gumption, this Indian team has in them to really overcome these minor obstacles and go for the win. So I'm fairly hopeful. I think momentum is with India, and in the absence of Sangakkara, and with only one Sri Lankan batsman in Angelo Matthews firing, I think India have a clear upper hand.
A fantastic test overall. We saw Sangakkara's retirement. We saw Kohli winning his first test match as a captain. And now it all goes down to the 3rd test match at the SSC, and we'll see what happens.
But before we end, I want to know, you have seen Tendulkar's farewell in person at Wankhede. You saw Sangakkara's farewell speech over here. We are not comparing them as test cricketers, but in terms of farewell speeches, how would it rank as compared to Tendulkar's?
With Tendulkar's or with the rest? Because I think the best farewell speech that I've seen any sportsman deliver would be Andre Agassi at the 2006 US Open after he lost to Benjamin Becker. But see, Sangakkara winged it. He had no sheet in front of him. He didn't read out from anything. Unlike Tendulkar, who perhaps had a lot more people to thank, considering, you know, he's as big a batsman that cricket saw in the last since the great Don Bradman. So Sanga's was up there with his MCC Cowdrey speech, and it was extremely emotional, and it was good. It was overall a fantastic one.
So that's it. Sri Lanka lost a test match, but they lost even bigger thing, which was a great test cricketer and a great ambassador of the game in Kumar Sangakkara. Thanks for watching.